Hey John, just very impromptu, short clip, but here are the guts of your monitor. I just opened it up and I'm going to take a look at it in a bit of more detail, okay? Show you what may or may not be possibly wrong with it. So this is just the monitor in its entirety. Just two circuit boards and a small board for the buttons. This is the main video graphics, and this is the main power supply board. I'm not sure if you'll be able to actually see. It's actually very angled, so I would love. I don't think it's the best lighting or the best angle, but it has some areas around here, which if you're going to be seeing the camera, they're very darkened. I suspect that this has been going through a little bit of a thermal stress or not, but I don't know. I just needed to actually double check it on the other side. I took out the screws, just 1, 2, 3 screws, and everything else are actually holders in here. Just take this out. I discharged all the capacitors, so I don't want to be shocked. It would be a nasty shock, nothing lethal, but it would be pretty bad. Alright, so I can see the culprit here, but I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see on the camera. Here's the other side of the power supply. So this is your input and the filtering. This is the main tank capacitor for the power supply. These things rarely go bad. I can definitely check those. And this is the low voltage part of the power supply. Oops, there's the low voltage part of the power supply right here. And this is your section for the high voltage. So this thing here, there's a stuffed capacitor right here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see on the camera. Let me try to see a little bit closer. And this is a 1000 microfarad, 25 volts. Elite is not. It's not a very. It's not a top brand capacitor. So this one's definitely bad. So that's probably what's taking down the high voltage circuit for the backlight. So the backlight's actually bad on this thing. I'm gonna actually check the other capacitors just for greens and perhaps replace them, so you get a monitor for a lot longer time here. But I suspect that the main problem, if I replace this capacitor, I'm suspecting that the main problem will be solved. So I'm going to dive into the soldering iron, replace this thing, and check the others. And let's see. You've got to get yourself a brand spanking new monitor. Okay, John. Let me just give it a test on this capacitor. Just removed it. Whoop, where's it? Yeah, just removed it. Let me just give it a run on it and just set the frequency here just to make sure that we're really not messing up. I expect to see a lot of leakage in this thing. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so this is supposed to have at 1000 microfarad, at 100 hertz, it's supposed to have 1000 microfarads. We're seeing 75 microfarads, and there's a lot of leakage in here. Almost, well, this is the dissipation factor. Typically for this capacitor is 0.1, 0.2 tops. This is 0.9. There's a lot of leakage, and it's no wonder. It's this puffy thing here just messes up your world. 74 microfarads. That's truly a no good guy. All right, John. I barely assembled the panel. The terminal is dangling in here. I barely assembled it, but just because I replaced the 1000 microfarad capacitor, just want to be sure that the trim is working fine. Okay, so don't try this at home because you can blow up pretty easily if you connect things in the wrong way. All right, let me try to turn on the monitor and let's see if there's anything up. All right, LED's on. Let's see if we see anything on the screen. So it seems to be messed up. I hear the capacitor going in and out. It's just trying to scan to turn on the monitor, the backlight. It turns on and it turns off. So there's no image still because the backlight is really barked. So perhaps other capacitors in this scheme are really not working. Alright, I'm going to turn it off and try to see what's going on with the others. Okay? So John, here's what I try to do. I've seen the this is the power supply board still, and I removed it from the back there, but I removed also the transformer, the main transformer for the high voltage, because I noticed, because I wanted to try it out. These are the two MOSFETs, the two output transistors in it, and I actually removed the transformer to see if the MOSFETs would still tick. I wasn't sure if they would actually be really bad. And apparently one of them is actually shorting the input with the output. That's why when the other one tries to switch, it shorts its output with the ground. So I ordered 2 of those. Actually, I ordered a few of those, and they're still on the slow boat from China. But as soon as they arrive, I'm gonna replace. If I'm not mistaken, this one was the the bad one. The way I tested this was very simple. I simply put the ohmmeter in the input and the output pins of the MOSFET, and also in the gate, and they're all shorted. They're showing a very low resistance. As with the other one, you can see it's a very large resistance, 2.5 mega ohms, and on the input here you're seeing 2.5 as well. So and it's actually 6 on its gate terminal. So that indicates that this guy here is completely shorted out for some other for some strange reason that I can't necessarily tell why. The other thing too that I was actually I tested also the primary of the transformer, just to make sure that I actually had if I had any shortage on it. And I have very low resistance, but that should be expected because this is a DC resistance. It typically tends to manifest itself as a when actually switching the impedance of a transformer like that becomes typically much higher. And on the output, usually the resistance is a lot higher. It's 500 ohms, simply because the voltage on the secondary of this transformer is, I mean, it elevates from the base voltage to the higher voltage on the secondary. So this transformer seems okay. So what I do is actually, so basically what I'm gonna do is actually replace this MOSFET and put the transformer back on the board, and I'll try it. Hopefully the slow boat's not as slow. Well, John, the slow boat took longer, but it finally arrived. The missing parts for your monitor. I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna actually do a little bit of basic measurements with the multimeter, because you never know if these things are are the real deal. You always hope for, but counterfeiting is a huge thing. So just to recap, the parts were a bit finicky. Not the parts, the original parts. was very bad. This one, 200K. I don't know. I don't know if that would be 200K. Well, definitely it's not a short. Funny that he measures the same thing everywhere. Wow, 190. 200. Very strange. They don't measure. They're marked as such, but they don't. They're marked similarly to the parts, but they don't seem to be 80K, 400K. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is the part. That's the problem with counterfeiting. I suspect this is not the part. There should be a MOSFET with the there should be a MOSFET with a lot of those pins shorted among themselves, just like it's shown on the schematics here. A little bit crude, but you have several pins that are shorted between themselves. So the pins 8, 7, 6 and 5 should be shorted 2 by 2. I'm not really seeing this. I'm not really seeing this. Well, so I guess that was a flop. Oh no, no, not really. I was measuring wrong. Okay, that's 100. Something silly. Let's repeat that. With that. Let's replace that. With that. Let's replace the part in our board. Well, John, I soldered the part, and let's see. Well, 3 mega ohms from its gate, as well 8. Okay, and there's another 3 meg ohms in here. So yeah, seems very promising. The part itself seems somewhat different than the original one in terms of 3 meg ohms. Okay, there was so they're actually very similar. 8 and then 3. Okay, fine. So I'm confident. Let's see how that goes. I soldered also back the transformer back here. So let's see how the monitor behaves. So Joan, let's just steal the disassemble board. Let's see if we hear some tack 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 or a big boom. You never know, right? Let's see. It is on. Oh, you can't see it, but I see it here, right here. Uh-oh, it's still off. Screen, oh, there you go. It's yellow, so it's definitely different. And there's no tack tack tack. I'm happy. This seems promising. Okay, John, moment of truth. If we have an on-screen display here, you have a monitor back. Turn it on. Showed no signal. Not sure if you saw that. You see, switch to the channel 1, channel 2. Well, it's, oh, turn it off. Turn it on. No signal. It showed no signal. I just need to hook up a computer here. but you have backlight. Let's see if you have signal. John, let's see. Just plug the computer. Monitor is a little bit crooked, but yeah. Let's see how that goes, if that shows up. Okay, detected the screen, and yeah, the brightness is very, very dim. But you certainly have yes, you certainly have a screen here. Oh, it's just not showing anything. Let me just log in here. I guess it should show this as a second screen. Yes! Yes! You got your screen back. Awesome! Okay, congratulations, John. You got yourself back your 23-inch monitor. Everything is working out. Congratulations, man.